Hello friends and my dear students, as we have discussed about the ratios of tension in the last session, and what are the power transmitted from belt, that we have discussed, and we have done some numericals on the basis of that as well. I have given you this numerical to solve it by your own. There are two pulleys with in which one diameter is this 450 and another is 200 mm, and you have to calculate the power transmitted by the whole belt. Okay, so what we have done, we have calculated the length of the cross belt first, then angle of contact between the belt and each pulley, then we have calculated the value of theta, which is 180 plus 2 alpha, then we have calculated the the ratio of the belts. Okay, we already know the value of T1, then we have calculated the value of T2. Okay, as we already got the values of mu and theta here. So after calculation of T1 or T2, we keep all those value T1 and T2 here to calculate the value of power. If you will know or recall, the formula of power is T1 minus T2, which is the tension in the tight side minus tension in the slack side multiplied with velocity or linear velocity. V is equals to pi dn. With the help of that, you can calculate the value of power, that is in terms of Newton meter per second or watt. Centrifugal tension, and after this calculation of watt, you can also convert it into kilowatt by dividing it by 1000. Now what is the value of centrifugal tension? Okay, since the belt continuously runs over the pulleys, therefore some centrifugal forces may cause, okay, whose effect is to increase the tension on the both tight and slack side, and the tension caused by the centrifugal forces is known as centrifugal tension. Means this centrifugal tension is also encountered during the calculation of tensions in the belt. Okay, now we have taken a smaller portion PQ here and subtended an angle d theta, where mass m is the mass of belt per unit length in kg, v is linear velocity of belt, r is the radius of pulley over the belt runs in meter. Okay, tc is centrifugal tension acting on tangentially at p and q in newtons. Okay, now centrifugal forces acting in the belt are mr omega square, you know, mr omega square or mb square by r. We have kept m as mr into d theta here, and v square by r, which will equals to m d theta into v square. Now resolving the forces in horizontal direction, we got to know this equation, tc sine d theta by 2 plus tc sine d theta by 2, which will be equals to fc. As you can see here, this tc and tc will be equals to this whole fc value. Okay, both sine component will be equals to this, and sine d theta is very smaller, so sine d theta by 2 will be equals to d theta by 2. Now keeping this equation, we got to know tc will be equals to mb square, means that centrifugal tensions in the belt will be equals to mb square. So when centrifugal tension is taken into account, the total tension in the tight side will be equals to T1 plus C, means you have to add this centrifugal tension value in tension in the tight side. This will be equals to centrifugal tension in tight side. Okay, total tension in the slack side, again you have to add the TC into T2, means tension in the tight side, slack side plus tension in the centrifugal tension, that will give you the value of TT2. Okay, now the power transmission value will be the same, which is T1 minus T2 into V, because on the both side you are adding the same values. Okay, now the ratio of the driving tension may also be written as 2.3 log T1 minus T1 minus Tc, T22 minus Tc into is equals to mu theta or e to the power mu theta, if you will not taking this into log value. Okay, maximum tension you can calculate again, means this is the derivation, or whenever it is asked to calculate the value of centrifugal tension in the belt, that you can calculate with the help of this whole derivation. Now maximum tension in the belt, how you can calculate the maximum tension, which is nothing but the addition of centrifugal tension in the centrifugal tension in the tight side and slack side. Okay, so maximum tension will be equals to this T1 if you are neglecting centrifugal tension. If you are adding or considering centrifugal tension, then T1 plus Tc will be the maximum tension here. Now the condition for transmission of maximum power, means what will be the condition when maximum power will be transmitted from one pulley to other, or one side of the belt to other side. So then you have to, know the value of this T1 by T2 is equal to e to the power mu theta. Replace or replace the value of T2 with this equation in the power formula, then you will get to know this expression. Okay, now if you will derive or if you will differentiate this dp with respect to V, then you got to know that T is equals to 3Tc. Means it shows that when power transmitted is maximum, 1/3 of maximum tension is absorbed by the centrifugal tension. Means your whole tension is T is equals to 3 times of Tc. If this expression is going to be satisfied, then you are going to transmit the maximum power. Okay, this you can also calculate, or you can also calculate the value of V, means velocity of belt for the maximum power, that will be equals to V is equals to under root T by 3m. Okay, so this is the way you can get to know about maximum power or condition for maximum transmission of power. Okay, as well as what is the maximum velocity for maximum power. Now let's see how we can solve the numericals. A shaft rotating at 200 rpm drives another shaft at 300 rpm and transmits 6 kilowatt through a belt. The belt is 100 mm wide and 10 mm thick. The distance between the shaft is 4 mm. The smaller pulley is 0.5 meter in diameter. Calculate the stresses in the belt. If it is an open belt or closed belt, mu is equals to 0.3. Okay. Considering it first as an open belt, we have to calculate the value of stress here. Because of this velocity ratio, we are able to calculate the value of d1, which will be equals to 0.75 meter. Okay, as we already know the value of d2 here, and the velocity of belt v will be equals to pi d2 to n2. Okay, this will be equals to linear velocity 7.855 meter per second. Now let's calculate the value of sine alpha. Okay, this will give you the angle of wrap or angle of contact. R1 minus R2 by x. The value of x is already given here, which is 4. Okay, and now you can also calculate this value, because the distance between the two shaft, or distance between the two pulleys, distance between the two belt sides, that will be equals to x, which is 4 mm given here. So with the help of that, you can calculate the value of alpha here, which is 1.8 degree or this much of a radian. Now angle of contact, you can also calculate 180 minus 2 alpha. This will give you the angle of contact. Okay, T1 minus T2, the ratio you can calculate with the help of this, and as you know the ratio, you can also calculate the power transmitted, which is equals to T1 minus T2. This is the power transmitted equation, and this is T1 by T2 equation. So with the help of this equation number 1 and 2, you can calculate the value of T1 and T2, because in both the equations only two unknowns are there, T1 and T2. Now you can calculate the value of maximum tension. How you can calculate? This is sigma b into T. Bt is your area, which is B is the width and T is the thickness, which is also given in the numerical. If you will recall, 10 mm, 100 mm wide and 10 mm thick. Wide is B and thick is T, that is 10 mm. So if you will keep these two values, 110 into sigma, this is equals to 1267. Okay, as you have already calculated. So this will give you the value of your maximum stress. But if you have to divide it by 1000 to calculate it into Newton per mm square. So this will give you the 1.267 megapascal, which is 1.26 Newton per mm square. In this way you can solve the value of stress in the open belt drive. Similarly, you can go for the cross belt drive. Only the difference is your calculation of alpha will be changed. R1 plus R2 will be there instead of R1 minus R2 here. Okay, so this will change R1 by R2 by x. In this way you can calculate the value of alpha, then again angle of contact, then again move to the value of calculation of T1 by T2, one equation, and again one equation is already there for the power, which is there in equation number 2, T1 minus T2. This will be same because the power formula for both open belt and closed belt are same. So with the help of equation number 2 and equation number 3, you can calculate the T1 and T2 for cross belt drive. And if you know the value of T1 and T2, then you have to take maximum value T1 here to calculate the value of sigma. Okay, which is your maximum stress. Okay, so maximum stress will be T1 divided by area, which is B into T. In this way you got to know this is 1.184 Newton per mm square, or 1.184 megapascal. So this is the value you have to calculate. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the stress in the belt or stress in the belt drive. Go to this numerical I am giving you as assignment. You can solve this question in your notebook, and these are the answers which you can cross verify. Keep practicing. In the next session we will discuss about what are the questions asked in university exam related to this unit of design of machine element, which is a 6th semester topic of mechanical engineering students of Rajasthan Technical University. Till that time, stay tuned with our Engineering College Banswara channel for more such content on different branches of engineering like computer science engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering and electrical engineering. Until that time, try solving your these questions by this PDF or by your own ebook or the book you have, Theory of Machines by R.S. Khurmi or Theory of Machines by B.V. Bhandari. You can refer any book, only some notations will be changed. Try to solve as much as questions possible, because in this topic there is a huge possibility of asking numerical questions more, as well as some derivations of scientific questions that we will see what are the questions has been asked in different exams of university. Thank you so much for patience hearing.